Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend DG Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks podcast.
Diggity dank.
Hello and welcome back to another week of the Nightwing News. Part 3 of the Officer Down crossover, which we are the Knights. But I am Phil, since this is Nightwing. Joining me, as always, it is...
Hello, I'm Kristen.
And Nightwing Cat.
And Nightwing Cat. And Nightwing Cat's butt, of course.
Alright, so yes, we have a little bit of news, and then, like I said, we'll jump into Nightwing 53, Officer Down. Well, part 3 of our crossover, but... I'm having trouble finding it on the DC app all of a sudden.
Yeah, is the DC app being really slow for you?
No, but I put it in and it's showing me different, like 2 other parts of Officer Down, but not Nightwing. Let me see. I wonder if I go into and just search the whole Nightwing series. Do it the slow way.
Yeah, I'm going to the series. I'm almost there.
Yeah, what is that? 53.
There it is. Oh.
There it is.
Wait. It's the wrong one. No, take me back.
Oh, come on. What the heck? I was just reading this yesterday. Why is it saying I'm not signed in? Maybe that's the problem. I swear, anytime I go to read this, I'm signed in, but then look at it halftime on the podcast, it's like, sign in. So, anyway, while we're typing here, yes, they today, as we're recording this, they put out the big checklist for Dark Crisis, which I thought just ran through the summer. It runs to December, but
runs for the rest of your life.
Yes, like I said, I'll keep everyone, including Kristen, updated with if and when Dick Grayson shows up. But I believe the preview art we already saw of Dick fighting Deathstroke was from Dark Crisis number 2, which drops in July. So hopefully, we'll see about that. I don't want to sign up. Why is this app being funny? I'm trying to remember what else. I thought I was going to say something else about. Was there other news about Dick? I don't think. Oh, I don't think Dick's in it. But did you see? I guess I don't know if is it another CW show, but they're doing a Gotham Knights TV show.
I thought we were talking about that before. Yeah, some article that you sent me, but we have no idea who it is. And there's a rumor that it's going to be a new adopted son of Bruce Wayne that's not been in the comics. That it's like some new person.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it might be if Damian's in there. I think they might have said Harper Row might be in there, but yeah.
Yeah, they said Harper Row's supposed to be in it, but they billed it as like a rebellious son of Batman. And then it gave some name that it's like it might be some new person they made up, like, Tyler whatever or something. Yeah. I mean, it was like totally somebody we'd never heard of before.
I know. Okay, this app's getting on my last nerves. But yeah, I mean, that totally shocked me. Like I said, I didn't know Dark Crisis was going that long. So where do I get to sign in and not sign up? All right. But yeah, I don't think there's any big Dick Grayson news. Trying to remember the many Bat books that were last week.
Sorry, you're trying to what?
I'm trying to remember if there was anything in the Bat books last week, but I don't think so. No, I'm just trying to sign into my the map now. Because telling me to like sign, take me where I can sign up, but I'm already signed up. I just want to log in. There we go. Log in. So, probably not. I mean, I can explain real quick. It's not that complicated, but did you read any of the other Officer Down parts yet?
I read them, but it's been a long time. So
okay. Yeah. Well, the
I'm
first
just up
part.
to speed.
Yeah, the first part in Batman 587. It's Commissioner Gordon's birthday. He's having like a party with some of his officers, and then Batman's out trying to give Gordon a present where none of his cops get shot. But then, as Gordon's leaving the party at the end of the issue, he gets shot by someone, and Catwoman is a witness. So now everyone's been trying to hunt down Catwoman, which they kind of do. Yeah. Yeah, went through was that Birds of Prey and then the Catwoman issue. Yeah, they finally tracked down Catwoman. She points them to where the gun is because she says, "Oh, a cop shot Gordon," and they're like, "No, that's not possible."
It's always possible.
Yes, which brings us to this issue where, Dick and
Yeah, because Dick shows up with the gun.
Yes, because
did they find it at like the end of the last issue?
Yeah, in the Catwoman issue, they found that. Yeah, it was like Dick, Tim, Cass, and Azrael. So. Because that was your Bat family in 2001. And Bruce seems like kind of like, since Gordon's been shot and brought to the hospital, like Bruce is just like standing there in the hospital. Like he's not leaving Gordon's side. He's standing there as Batman. He's not,
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Because, Alfred was kind of yelling at him a little bit.
Yes, because we will see. Yes. Isn't that this issue? Yeah, Gordon. Alfred gives him the business. Yeah.
The business.
Enough. He's like, hey, the kids.
No, I know. I would also like to point out that I forget when it was, but they're still saying Batman created by Bob Kane. Like,
they didn't change that until
it's pretty recent, isn't it?
I'd say within the last 5 years or so.
Okay,
yeah. And I mean,
that's pretty fascinating.
Like I think Bill Fingers, what is it, like his daughter or his granddaughter had to fight for that. But yeah, they didn't start crediting him until he was dead. So.
Oh yeah, long day, yeah. Yeah. All right, so we ready? This is already part 5. Wow.
Yep.
So is Devin Grayson writing the whole thing, Officer Down?
No. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But she wrote this one, even though this is still when Chuck was the main writer.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. Maybe she was helping him out, because I swear there was one part Chuck wrote. Maybe was it detective or something? I thought there was one part.
Does Tim have a part?
That is the funniest part. First week we covered that. Yes, Tim's book is a part of it. Yeah, Robin 86. Tim shows up for like 5 panels.
In his own book?
Yes. Yeah, because they used it, to move the crossover along. Yeah, Tim Beardsley is in his own book.
Man, that's dirty. That's dirty. That is dirty.
I know. Because like even Cass in her Batgirl book got like a tie-in issue. It wasn't like a numbered part. It was just as like Officer Down tie-in, and like she was in most of it. It was her trying to hunt down Catwoman, and she runs into Sly Fox. Remember from Nightwing 1,000,000? Because
that's going back.
yeah. Because I even said after that Catwoman issue, I was reading the notes. It said Sly Fox next appears in Nightwing 1,000,000. I was like, we did that.
Oh, so it was actually. Oh, okay. So Sly Fox.
And Lilith goes, "How dare you make Kristen do Nightwing 1,000,000?" I'm like, what? It wasn't bad. All right, hold on. Right. Yes, I do actually have the synopsis for this. All right. So Nightwing number 53, March 2001. Officer Down. Yeah, it's part 5, but yeah, we did like 2 issues each in the last. So for our crossover, it's part 3. Inculpatory. Writer Devin Grayson, penciler Rick Burchett, inker Rodney Ramos, and colorist Tom McGraw, digital chameleon, letterer Willie Schubert, and editors Bob Schreck and Matt Idelson. All right. Nightwing brings Barbara the gun that was used to shoot her father, and she begins investigations to find out its source. Acting on the information from Catwoman that her father's assailant was a fellow police officer, she's able to trace the gun as one that belonged to the Lucky Hand Triad, part of a stash of weapons that was confiscated from them earlier in the year. One of the two officers on the bus, Lowell and Rich, failed to hand this particular shooter in as they should have done, perhaps planning to use it as a drop gun. She is familiar with Officer Lau, one of the GCPD members who stayed behind during No Man's Land and who helped defend the clock tower. But Officer Rich is a new recruit, one of the first volunteers. Further research leads her to a fascinating discovery. Rich's real name is Jordan Reynolds, a former mafia member in Chicago who was arrested years ago by James Gordon, whereupon he turned state's evidence and was released under witness protection with a new identity. And at St. Luke's Hospital, Alfred Pennyworth leaves Batman's employ, frustrated by his reaction to the shooting, simply waiting at Gordon's bedside, not helping him in any way and not making any effort to catch the man who shot him. Later, unseen by anyone, Gordon wakes for the first time since the attack. On the other side of the city, Nightwing approaches Harvey Bullock and hands him the gun, telling him he needs to know about both the gun and the man who attempted to kill the commissioner. I'm just waiting for the Law and Order dun dun.
For real, man, I haven't had it. Well, that's an extremely thorough synopsis. Like, that's basically that's everything that happened. No, I have nothing to say.
Good night, everyone. So yeah, I mean at least they like used like that whole like, you know, a lot of new people coming into the city after No Man's Land.
Well, and since I had kind of forgotten that Tim got such short shrift in his own book, I mean, this is actually a very good Nightwing issue and a good tie-in. Like, this is how it should be.
Yeah, that's why I thought you wouldn't mind this one, because yeah, there's a lot of like Dick and Barbara stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so yeah, I like how he shows up with the gun so she can run it or whatever. And how she has that little Batgirl doll.
Oh yeah, that he picks up, yeah.
Yeah. But how when she's doing her stuff on page 3, he's sitting there, or he's standing there, and then it's taking time, so then he starts doing acrobatics in the background.
Oh yeah, he's doing like they did that a lot, like in this area. Yeah, like he's like doing like a one-handed handstand and stuff. And
yep.
Just is keeping loose. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's like, anything I can do. And she's like, besides finding this guy and making him eat his own eyeballs.
Then I like how he's trying to talk to Barbara, but he's actually talking to the doll. Like, it's easier to talk to the doll.
Hello, Barbara. But yeah, she's like, Lucky Hand Triad. He's like, what about them? She's like, it was theirs. It was confiscated. Yeah, like I said, it was confiscated, but yeah, it was never turned in.
Takes the doll back.
So yeah, that's when she finds the two officers, and we see a little flashback.
Also, I like how they do the computer thing, how they show the...
Oh, for the flashback?
Yeah, the code.
Seems kind of Matrix style.
Well, 2001, that was still hot and cool back then.
Oh, yeah. That might have been around the top one, the second one come out. It might have been close to like...
I mean, the first one's 99.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, then... Okay, so then in the flashback... Although this is like us knowing, because this isn't supposed to be like Barbara has it on her computer. This is supposed to be like showing us what happened, I guess.
Yeah.
Because yeah, you see him, the guy cop he's arresting the guy on page 7, and then he's like sticking something in his shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not something, it's a gun.
Yeah, like I said, this is interesting that they use like the after No Man's Land, a lot of new people came into the city, because I mean, it was pretty much a clean slate, because I mean, that was I don't know if that was the main purpose of No Man's Land, is like not, because like 1999 into 2000, all the old creators were leaving and all new creators were coming in, so they just like basically knocked down Gotham, and it's like, okay, new guys, you can set up Gotham however you want, because we're gonna be rebuilding the whole city, so you can lay it out however you want.
Barbara's holding her doll, and she slams it because she's mad.
Well, yeah, one.
I mean, obviously, but she was particularly annoyed because, as Dick says, you were still hoping it wasn't a cop, weren't you?
Yeah, she didn't want her father to be shot by another cop.
Yeah. Then she tries to explain about them planting evidence. He's like, I know what a drop gun is.
I'm on the force in Bloodhaven.
Yeah. Which is so sad. Like, that's a very sad indictment of the state of policing in America. I mean, not that we need more sad indictments, but that, like, it's a known thing that sometimes cops will take guns from one crime scene, not log it as evidence so they can plant it at another crime scene.
Well,
It's
again,
shady AF, man.
Well, again, he works in Bloodhaven. It's pretty corrupt anyway. But I wonder if, like, they even like give you a speech at this, in the present, where it's like, yeah, don't do this.
I mean, probably, but people obviously still do.
I know, but I'm just saying. Maybe, I mean, if no other reason, maybe training day one, they tell Dick, yeah, don't do this.
Training day one, don't be corrupt. And then they're like, but it's like that meme from WandaVision. Don't be corrupt. That's Bloodhaven police training.
Look at you working a Marvel reference in here.
Well, it's pretty ubiquitous on the internet, and I love memes.
Yeah.
All right, yep. So then Barbara's like, "Oh, that guy, first wave of volunteers." Dick's like, "Oh yeah, I'm ready to go crack some skulls." He's limbering his knuckles up. And she's like, "Hold up."
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because yeah, she finds all the information that you need, and he's just like, "Have I ever told you that you're the only hero who consistently makes me feel inadequate?" And she's like, "I thought that was Bruce's job."
Yeah, but she's smiling when she says it. She knows she's giving him crap. And he's like, "No, that's a whole different. I just mean, what he's trying to say is he makes me feel inadequate in a completely different way."
And he basically puts his hand on her face. I mean, you're terrific, a genius. I can't remember if I've said that lately. And then, like 3 panels, she like takes his hand off her face.
Because she's inspired.
But yeah, then she's like, "Wait a minute, I got it. You want to know how much of a genius I am? Take it up with Jordan Reynolds." And she figures out, yeah, like the synopsis said, yeah, I worked for the Chicago mob, but what the synopsis didn't say is he was brought in by Detective
Jim Gordon.
Ding, ding, ding. Yep.
Dun dun dun.
There's your motive. Dun dun.
When he went into witness protection, but he went with a grudge.
Yep.
And then he's like, "I'm gonna give it to Bullock." Barbara's holding the gun. Babs the gun. And then he gives this good speech, and this was the main thing I wanted to talk about. So, how he's like, "I know what you're thinking. You can have justice or vengeance. You can't have both. We're walking the line, and we can survive without parents and without walking and even without being able to protect the people we love, but we can't survive without knowing in our bones that we're not like them, not like the ones who stole from us." And there's a line, and I think that's a very good speech. And that's why it a little bit annoys me that in Joker's last laugh, Dick's the one that they have beat the Joker to death for a hot moment. Because I think it doesn't really, and I remember, I think I asked when I did an interview for something once, I asked Chuck Dixon about it, and he was like, "Joker's an asshole, and like somebody should give him a beat down." So I had somebody do it, and I was like, "Okay." But
I just wonder if they dumped that on Dick, because it's like, even though they revived the Joker, if they don't want like Batman being the one to actually even just temporarily kill the Joker.
Right. And yes, I think so. Well, and I also think so I think that can be one thing that is maybe a positive. I can see how it could be a good thing if you're writing comics, if you're not writing your favorite character, because I can see you like really second guessing yourself and getting totally hampered and being like, "Oh, but is that totally consistent?" Because, we kind of look for stuff but these characters are not going to be totally consistent. I mean, hello, look at Batman. He used to be really not a huge jerk. And some writers, he's like such a crazy jerk, he makes kids eat rats. And you're like, what?
Or in some of his first appearances in the Golden Age, he carried a gun.
Right. So I think that, I guess it's like sometimes people snap. I mean, because you could say he could feel like this and he could still snap, like that. Anyway, I feel like somebody maybe that really needed to happen in that story. Although the way Dixon described it, he just kind of wanted it to happen because Joker does deserve to have the crap beat out of him. But I think somebody who was even more obsessed with Nightwing like us, we wouldn't be able to do it because we'd be like, no, he would never. And I don't know, maybe that's an important part of the story. Or you just want to do something new and creative. And I can see how if it's your favorite character, that could hamper you somewhat.
One day we were gonna have to do Last Laugh.
I don't know. I mean, it's like not the worst. I mean,
I'm thinking crossover.
Sure.
Gonna get Lilith in here. I think there's an issue with Green Lantern. We'll get Will in here. Come on.
Is there a group? Well, all right. Sorry.
I think
I'm on track, but this just made me think. But this just made me think of it because.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, and this was, and the Last Laugh was like what, like for the year after this, I think.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think it was in the 60. I was like 64 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was in the early O's.
I meant the issue number. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I know you did. All right. Yeah, I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So he gives her the talk. He's like, "Yeah, we can survive. We can survive without parents." Yeah. I don't know. Isn't that kind of weird? Him saying though we can survive without parents, but then he goes, "We can survive without walking." It's like, how would he? Does I don't know. That seems kind of weird to me, just because she's the one in the chair, not him.
Yeah, I guess he's saying that, like, obviously the Joker took a lot from you, but you're here. I mean, she's totally kicking butt without walking.
I was just waiting for him to say, you know what, this isn't what that isn't what your dad would want.
That's what he says at the end.
Yeah, he's like, even if he
Barbara
died,
would fight harder than anyone to keep you from crossing it.
Exactly. Even if he died, he would not want Barbara to do that. Yeah.
But yes, I mean, I think it's a problem a little bit in the comics period is people were just more casually ableist in the early 2000s and the 90s and stuff than they are now. So there's definitely a lot of stuff where people are like, oh, Barbara, you're so amazing. And you're like extra amazing because you're in a wheelchair. Wow. It's like, it's just still the same person.
I don't know. I just don't like New 52. They magically found a way to repair her back,
Right, because she was awesome, and it was great to have such a butt-kicking hero who was very obviously. And
they're all running around now. Not like we didn't have at least two other Batgirls running around.
That's true. Now, yeah, we have enough Batgirls for them to have their own Batgirl book.
There's almost as many of them as Robins. Yes. Well,
That's right. The count is getting up there. Give it a few more years. All right. So now we come to the page where he's at we're at the hospital. Yep. I just want to say it cracks me up. It looks, I guess I understand. I don't know. But it looks like Gordon is laying in the hospital bed between two of those things that you use in bumper bowling to keep your ball from going in the gutter.
I don't know too if that's something like you can put pads on a crib, so a baby doesn't Yeah,
no, I'm sure it has a medical purpose. It's just when I saw it, I was like, oh, it's like a bowling alley. And then, okay, this is my number one complaint with this issue. Alfred's face looks freaky.
The artist.
His face is so long.
His chin and stuff is too long. Yeah,
so long.
Yeah, but no, what is this? This is like part 5. So it's like, Bruce has been standing here since the end of the first issue. So, yes, everyone else has been running down, leads and the cops, and Dick and the others. Everyone's been running down leads except for Bruce.
Right, that's why Alfred's like, you're not helping with the doctors. You're not finding the killer because your apprentices are doing that. You're not taking care of yourself. So you must be sitting here and hoping Gordon dies. Batman's like, "Urgh."
I look at the look he gives him. I know.
He's like, Jim will pull through. And then this is a very famous internet panel as well. Or what, Master Bruce? You'll dress up like a giant bat and haunt the night for the rest of your life?
I know.
That's right up there with I'm a model of mental health.
But yeah, because I think Alfred's whole point is like, you never go past the death of your parents, and now this other guy who I guess you consider another father figure, it's just like you got to deal with this. It's on,
Deal with it in a proper way, not.
And then he gives him the whole speech. He's like, yeah, the way, the usual way I see maturity is when people want to like distance themselves a little bit from their parents. He's like, we saw it with Master Dick. He's like, I've never seen it with you. So yes, Alfred said he's leaving. Yes, I believe this is the point where Alfred leaves and he goes to basically comes Tim's valet at boarding school.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, is this when he goes to Brentwood Academy? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, because he went like right after No Man's Land because his dad, he snuck in, so he could help his Robin. His dad's like, you stuck away and you're stuck in the Gotham. So he throws
right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because so Officer Down, because Bruce Wayne Fugitive must be coming out pretty soon.
Yeah.
Because isn't Alfred? Yeah.
Yeah, Alfred comes back for Bruce Wayne Fugitive. Yeah, because he sees.
So he stops working. He stops working for Tim before Bruce Wayne Fugitive, or is it during Bruce Wayne Fugitive?
No, he comes back like during Bruce Wayne Fugitive because he sees that he's like Bruce Wayne's accused of murder and locked up. He's like, okay, he needs me. I need to go back.
Okay, yeah. Because I know that in the adoption stuff, Alfred's not there.
Yeah, no.
So
so from here until Officer Down, Bruce. That's like remember some of those Devon issues of Gotham Knights. It's basically like Bruce is just like going through that house by himself. There's like because I forget what he does because he pisses Tim off too. So I know Dick's trying to go back and forth, trying to spend time with him and stay in Bloodhaven, see Barbara, but it's just like everyone else is just like pretty much had it with Bruce.
Fair enough.
I'm trying to remember. Was that the point? Or was that later? I know at some point, Bruce is the one who tells Stephanie who Tim is, and he's like, "That wasn't your secret to tell."
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it's the one he can't find Tim, and he's like, he tells Stephanie, has Stephanie helping. He's like, you. Tim's like, he's like, no. He's like, I'm done talking to you. That wasn't your secret to tell. And then eventually, when Tim's dad makes him give up being Robin, that's when Bruce makes Stephanie Robin. Is
Tim's dad still alive when Stephanie's Robin?
Yeah.
Because isn't Tim still mad at Bruce after his dad dies, which is why he fakes for a while that he has that uncle?
I kind of sort of think. Well, I don't know if he's as mad, but I think he wants his own autonomy. Where he doesn't want to. It might be a little bit. He's like, I just don't want to live with Bruce for. I'm trying to remember the timeline, but yeah, because it's weird. Because in the regular Bat books, Tim, like his dad's still alive. He's like, I have to go back. Because I forget what is it. Was it War Games or something? He's like, I got to go back. They need me and stuff. People are gonna die. And then his dad, Tim's dad gets killed in Identity Crisis. So I'm trying to remember where that fits in the timeline. But yeah, it wasn't even like on a regular Bat book. His dad gets killed.
Yeah. Well, and then he gets adopted in that face-to-face, which is like,
you know what it is?
That's like really quick. It's like boom at the end of the thing.
Yeah.
And
then
what it is? Damien shows up.
I was gonna say, what point is that? I know he fakes the uncle, and then he goes to he goes to Blood. Yes, I believe he goes to Bloodhaven around the time of the Renegade stuff. For
I was gonna say, because I feel like in one of the things we're gonna read when we do Deathstroke month, that Tim's gonna mention like, oh, I'm staying with my uncle in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So yes, Alfred's leaving his employ. Although it feels like, does Bruce just keep paying him? Because it's not like Tim's has the. I mean, I know Tim goes to a rich school, but surely his allowance is not Butler's salary allowance.
I mean, or unless Tim's dad's paying him. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like that's weird. And Tim's dad would be like, why did Bruce Wayne's butler just show up to help you?
I mean, either way, I mean, Alfred has savings because look how much money he left Dick. So
yeah, but there's a break in continuity, so who
I
knows? Also, it doesn't matter. So moving on. Okay, so he's like, I'm leaving your employ. And then Bruce goes somewhere, but we don't know where. And that's when Gordon wakes up.
I know, I get the joke, but it's like Bruce has been standing here for like 4 issues, and then all of a sudden he's like not. I don't know if he takes a coffee break. Yeah, that's when Gordon wakes up.
And then, thankfully, while they're having their gun standoff, the phone rings, and it's the hospital telling Barbara, "Your dad's awake," and she's out of there.
Yeah, she's like, if you need me, I'll be at the hospital. So Dick picks up the gun and meets Harvey Bullock in an alley.
Where it's raining, of course.
Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, he's like, Harvey Bullock's like, yeah, that's it? Just, yeah? No lectures about not needing our help? No slur about vigilante
freakdom? What are you in such a good mood about, vigilante freak?
I love. He's like, I'm not sure you really meant that, but thanks for trying. Anyway, I got something for you, and he throws him the gun in a bag, of course.
Yeah, it's been in a bag the whole time. This what I need it to be?
Yep, and he tells him, the man you want is Jordan Reynolds, only he was wiped out by the WPP, which leaves you pulling in Officer Jordan Rich. The revolver you're holding is his drop gun. And in case you haven't heard, the commissioner is conscious.
So Bullock is boom, moving it.
And of course, and then the last page in a shot we never see in comics or movies anywhere. Yeah, it says Barbara's with her dad. Bruce is standing outside in the rain.
Yeah, that feels pretty consistent. Alrighty.
Yeah. So yes. And then next week it'll continue, kids. Me and Liz will pick it up in Detective Comics 754.
But what are we doing next week on this show, Phil?
Oh, good question. Here, let me pull up the schedule. I was looking at it yesterday. I'm pretty sure I remember, but let me double check so I don't give anyone wrong information. Oh, and I was looking. The new Nightwing issue comes out in 2 weeks, so not next week, but the week after. So, oh, the next 2 weeks we start the new Titans stuff. Yes, next week, new Titans 97.
Oh God, that's right. That's right. I forgot.
And then in 2 weeks, when we cover the new issue, we'll also cover New Titans 100 and 101. That wedding.
Okay. Yes. Awesome. All right. So yeah. What? Sorry. What did you say it was again?
97 through 99 next week. Yeah. And then 100 and 101 the week after.
Okay.
Yes, the wedding. I forget his. Well, I'm sure we'll get there, but isn't that in there where Dick finds out that he was with Mirage and not Starfire?
Oh God, I don't know. That might be earlier.
It's around that era, but I can't remember if he.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely around that era, but well, we're about to find out. The main thing I remember is I think that's when Roy debuts Arsenal in his 90s costume.
Because they're setting up him taking over. Yeah. All right. So, anything else?
I think that's everything.
So yeah, I figure, like I said, there was some Dick and Barbara stuff in this. I didn't figure you'd be totally bored with this.
No, and since it still did mostly focus. Yeah, no, it was a good issue.
And seriously,
it was good.
The only way you would enjoy this more is if Lenny Briscoe would have showed up.
Oh my God, for real, that would have been amazing.
Did you just watch the seasons with him? Because I was gonna say, did you see they brought that show back?
No, I watch all of them. Heck yeah, I'm watching regular Law and Order. Yeah.
Oh, you watch all of them? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't watch the new one. What'd you say?
I was gonna say Thursday nights.
Yes, but I don't watch the new one with. I don't watch Organized Crime.
Oh, really? No, it's good.
Elliot still bugs me. I liked him at the beginning, but then I felt like he became too much of an angry man near the end.
The show's very different than the other two because like the storyline
Exactly.
stretched along like almost most of a season. Yeah, so
Yeah, and I like the nicely encapsulated in and out, one and done of
yeah,
the original formula.
yeah, or
Done,
even
done.
SVU does that too usually.
Exactly, yeah. So, yeah, I
Oh,
watched the
but
renewed one and two.
next week, did you see there's a SVU and organized crime crossover? So
Yes. Guess I'll have to watch it then.
Stabler's not bad.
That again, and I think I've said it before, that was my saddest thing. I was stoked when they announced Gotham, because I thought, based on what they sounded, I was like, sweet, this is gonna be like Law and Order Gotham City, dun
Well,
dun. And then it was, and that's what they made it sound like, but then it turned out not to be that.
that was the original plan, but yeah, then all of a sudden they let Penguin and the other guys take it, take it away.
Exactly.
And then they were talking about doing a GCPD on HBO Max recently, but I think they might have put those plans on hold now. I think we might be getting the Penguin show still, but yeah, I think the GCPD's on hold.
Yeah, I mean, we'll find out.
Can you imagine like a procedural like Law and Order, but it's like, hey, what are our clues? We got Mad Hatter's hat. We got this.
Yeah, and you have such great. I mean, Montoya, Harvey Bullock. Hello, Harvey Bullock is an amazing character for a cop procedural like that. He's just the right amount of gruff asshole, but actually good cop who cares. TV to eat that up.
I mean, they had a GCPD comic series. I mean, if they could do it in the comics, they could do it on TV.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, Warner's, they love spinning off anything Batman.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sure that they're obviously, a decade or two behind, but pretty soon HBO Max will have some massive DC show catalog, just like Disney Plus. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a Marvel show now.
Oh yeah, well they put them on at least 2 or 3 a year. Oh yeah, Miss Marvel's coming in June. Yeah.
There you go.
What?
I said, see, there you go. You can't just randomly toss a shield without hitting a Marvel show.
Hey, Moon Knight's good. Hey, you might like it. I mean, well, it's not medieval history, but it's like Egyptian history.
Yeah, I'm waiting until I'm done with the semester so I can just watch it all. There's only one more episode that needs to drop, right?
Yeah. On this Wednesday, yeah, it's only 6 episodes.
And I can just watch it straight through.
All right, kids. There's your Marvel update for your DC show. All right. All right, kids. So, yeah, send us your thoughts. Yeah, next week, New Titans 97 through 99, and the week after 100 and 101. And like I said, in 2 weeks also, we'll get the new issue. So, email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow Nightwing News on Facebook, on Twitter. Join the Nightwing fan group on Facebook. Also, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Every episode we do, no matter what it is, gets a video. So smash that subscribe button so you never miss any of it.
Smash it.
And most importantly, please subscribe to the Patreon. Again, we're paying for this out of our own pocket now, so every little bit helps, but $3 to $5 gets you early access to creator interviews, Mr. DG Chichester every month. Talk to me in love.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
And superhero movie brackets. April's episode is up. Me, Kristen, Lilith, and Charlie picked a Marvel winner. So we have a Marvel finalist. And in May, this will be the first time we announced it. Yes, in May. It's official. Yes, we'll start the DCs. And if you're a fan of Gotham stuff, hey, May episode is going to be Batman Forever versus Batman and Robin. So that is going to win. So you'll do that. All right. And most important, pick up some Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. find it all at Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And I misspoke. Most importantly, pick up Dick Grayson Boy Wonder on Amazon. If you're a fan of Nightwing, or you need some extra knowledge, or even if you think you know everything about Nightwing, you don't know Dick. So pick up Dick Grayson Boy Wonder. Hey, if DC can do it, I can do it. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. Again, Officer Down continues on We Are the Night, the Batman podcast, episode 77. And then come back here in 1 week for New Titans 97 through 99. Oh, you know what would be a nice compare and contrast? You know how things got kind of dark for Dick during Devin's run at a certain point? What was darker, the Devin stuff or the Titan stuff we're about to get into? Man, they really like to take a hard time sometimes. All right, kids. Again, come back next time. But until then, join us same wing time.
Same wing channel.
The Nightwing News. Remember, do not drop that gun.